A rescue operation is underway at Sibanye-Stillwater Beatrix mine just outside Theunissen in the Free State. At least 950 workers remain trapped, while 65 have been brought to the surface since the rescue operation began this morning.
A severe storm affecting power lines at the mine last night. The trapped miners are waiting at the underground waiting station.
Well, let's catch up with our reporter Ismael Modiba, who's there now to give us an update of what he knows. So, rescue operations have been happening through the day. What do we know? Give us a sense of numbers and who's been brought to the surface already, Ismael.
Well, good evening, Peter. Well, the information coming to us right now is that we're talking about two shafts that is being affected by this severe rain that we experienced last night. It's shaft number 1 and shaft number 3. But the information that I've just received now is that the employees who were trapped in shaft number 1 have all been rescued. The challenge now is with those miners who are working at shaft number 3, which is on my right hand side. That's where the majority of the miners are. They are still being trapped. So that is the situation right now. And a lot of mine workers who are working here are now gathering in numbers just to see to themselves, to see how the progress of releasing those guys are. So the numbers that we have is that 64 miners have been rescued, and over 900 of them, they are still underground, which is going to be a laborious task for the mine personnel to rescue them out. It looks like will be here up until whatever time that the operation is able to get them outside. Peter?
Ismael, do we know if power has been restored? Because we believe that's what caused the problem. A storm last night, on Wednesday night, caused the power failure. Has the Eskom or whatever the power utility is been able to restore power to the mine?
Well, at this stage, we have not yet established whether the power has been restored or whether they are using a generator to get the process going. It's not yet clear on that one. Because since we arrived here, we were confronted by the security personnel who wanted us out of this area. And about 10 minutes before we went on air, another security personnel just came to us to inform us that around 7 o'clock they'll be convening a press briefing just to update us on the latest situation that is happening here at Sibanye-Stillwater Beatrix mine here in Theunissen. Peter?
All right, so I guess the big issue is that the lifts are not working, they can't get the miners up. But I suppose what starts to play in people's minds is the conditions underground. And I suppose electricity, fans, the air conditioning units and so on and so forth. So it must be a difficult situation for the miners stuck underground.
Indeed, Peter, it must be a difficult situation because some of them, I'm told, that are experiencing different challenges. We are talking about heat cramp, diabetes, fatigue. Some of them are even suffering from shock. But we are told that they've also been provided with food and water. We are not sure if whether that is sufficient enough to to keep them going. But the situation underground, it's not conducive because they need air underneath so that they can continue breathing properly. And we don't know how far, if the water, the level of the water that is underground, we don't know the level, if whether it's sustainable or it's putting them into risk. So it's catch-22 situation for right now, up until we are giving a proper indication as to the level of the condition underground. So for now, it's wait and see up until we hear from the mine management around 7 o'clock when they give us a proper update as to how's the situation right now, how many people have been rescued, and how is the rescue process going. Because from the information that we received earlier on, we are told that it's a very slow process because they're taking one miner each time. So we're not sure if whether they'll be able to fast track the process with the electricity or generator that they will be provided so that they can expedite the process and get the miners outside. Because remember, these miners that we are talking about, the other miners who came to work last night at 8 o'clock, they were supposed to knock off around 2 a.m., 4 a.m. They're still trapped. Those who are supposed to get into to register for work now, they can't because of the crisis situation that we are experiencing here. Peter?
Okay, Ismael, that's where we're going to leave it. That's Ismael Modiba, who's on site there, where more than 1,000 workers have been trapped, and we believe that more than 60 of them have already been rescued, but it's a slow, laborious process, and there'll be an update from the mine itself at 7 o'clock. Hopefully we'll get more details from Ismael a little bit later on.